right now.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're ready for another year of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Got Kenny the Jet Smith, and got the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, for the Mavericks, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. Hey, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Hey! This is when we make our resolutions for 2016. I don't really like to make resolutions, guys, but I guess if I had to, I would say I would like to actually dunk one-handed.
Well, Elevator Ernie, you better have a trampoline as part of that fantasy.
Well, I don't even think you can dunk donuts in coffee, man, so keep it moving.
See, that's why I don't like to make resolutions. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Miami Heat will be looking to make a statement. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season. Last season, they split the series with each team able to win on the road.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Yeah, this is really tight. I mean, it's splitting hairs when you talk about these teams. You get the feeling if they played 10 games, each side would win 5.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Chandler Parsons out there with Porzingis. Then there's Nowitzki, then it's Matthews, and it's the Magician in at the point. Always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
Heat on offense. It's a three-point game. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Lowry setting the pick for Bosh. There's the screen. He kicks it to Butler. Lowry dishes to Bosh. Bosh double team. And Butler, here we go. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Bosh. He's tightly guarded. Butler kicks to Low. Here's Dang. It's blocked.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
The Magician passes to Porzingis. Traps in the tray. Porzingis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
Here is Matthews. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Matthews passes to Porzingis. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the night.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Butler. 26 points for him last game against Memphis.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Here is Matthews after the Heat pick up 2. Passes it to the Magician. Nowitzki a screen. Shot is no good. And Miami the other way now. Outside Lowry. Butler attacking. The wide open look here for Bosh. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Bosh has got his first 2 points.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
They set the pick. Outside Matthews. Pass to Porzingis. From 7. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Porzingis has got 7 points.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Can't capitalize on the good pick. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That one misses. Miami trailer. Outside Lowry. Now the dish to Bosh. Tries to save it. Lowry kicks to Bosh. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Bosh has got his second basket. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore. He's a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him. And his shot has become more refined.
The Heat have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Bosh, the screen. Butler kicks to Dang. Uncovered. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Now here's Lowry. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Larson's outside. Over to the left wing. Here's the Magician, defended by Butler. Dallas, no good that time either.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here's the Magician after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. Got freed up. Nice work off the pit.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Dirk Nowitzki, what can you say? Future Hall of Famer. Too many accolades to list. The most important NBA champion and Greg Finals MVP in 2011.
Yeah, and Kevin, history has proven time and time again, you really need a future Hall of Famer on your team to win a championship. Just look at all the teams that have won the title through the years.
You know, back to Nowitzki being that Hall of Famer, you need to win a championship. Guys like LeBron, Duncan, Kobe, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, all Hall of Fame guys who led their teams to the championship.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Miami with the ball.
And talking about Nowitzki, as one of the greatest players ever, he's also one of the most unique players ever. His ability to score back to the basket from up to 18 feet really, to me, is unbelievable. Without that unique skill, the Dallas Mavericks have no rings.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Lowry against Richardson. There's the pick. Back to Butler. The tray. Butler missing again. Mavericks trail by 3. Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. Kicks to Matthews. Dallas moving the ball around. Floats one up. Here's Porzingis. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. For Miami, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Outside Lowry. And there's the pass to the closer. From the wing. And there's another one for the Heat.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
You know what I've always said, partner? Good shooting covers over a multitude of ills, and we're seeing it right now.
Here's the Magician. He's coming off a 16-point game against Golden State.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
Now here's Nowitzki. It's a 3-point game. 3 on the clock. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Porzingis passes to Nowitzki. Here's the Magician. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. The Heat have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. They set the pick. Outside Lowry. Here's the closer, defended by Nowitzki. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for the closer. Stoudemire comes in for Chris Bosh. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Lou Aldang. And it's Jennings in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Jennings. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Right side a screen. The drive by Jennings. Goes up at the stripe, and it's Whiteside. That time on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Whiteside's got his first bucket of the night. And here is Williams. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Nowitzki a screen. Shot, no good. And it's Miami the other way. Butler kicks to Jennings. The feed to Tucker. There's the three. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Back to Nowitzki. The fadeaway. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The drive by Jennings. No good with the elbow jumper. The Mavericks leading. Outside Williams. Pass to Porzingis. In the corner, it's Richardson. Down low. Up off the screen. And it's good on the way in.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
The topic of conversation, Darren Williams. He was quick to point out what a heady player Darren is, saying when he's out there on the floor, he just reads every situation and more or less acts like a coach out there. When you combine that with Williams' scoring ability, you can see why he is so feared around the NBA.
Thanks, Doris. Miami no good on that time either.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark, not the improvement that some were hoping to see on him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season, very low for a guy of his caliber.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college, does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I believe the sky is the limit.
The Heat making a switch here. Lowry's checked in. Hardaway hits them both.
You know, with Hardaway Jr., it's not my thing to compare guys to other players, but he could use a little bit of his dad's quickness in ball handling. Tim Sr. was one of the best in the league at getting his own shot and getting shots for others. If Tim Jr. can get half of that in his game, his star will rise.
Now here's Stoudemire. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Now here's Williams. Passes it to Porzingis. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Hardaway. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Mavericks lead by 5. Jennings. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like I would have died to get in that locker room, you know. So I always have a moment just sitting around just not taking things for granted and really taking everything in. And, I couldn't have written the script any better.
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help Greg but love for his attitude and ability to be, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr., the magician out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. Jennings kicks to Dang. It's back to Jennings. Bosh sets the pick for Jennings. Bosh high post. Here's Dang. Another miss by Dang.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now here's Jennings. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shoots a fader. Bosh can't hit.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Redick with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For Dallas, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. The first free throw is good. The closer's checked in for Miami. The Mavericks also with a sub. Matthews, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's the magician. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. The shot. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Jennings kicks to Dang. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Dang's got his first 3 points of the game.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The magician passes to Parsons. Deflects the pass. Pass to Porzingis. Bosh against Parsons. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Chris Bosh.
And Chandler Parsons, changing teams last season, saw a little bit of a regression. Down in points, rebounds, and assists. But more troubling, down in field goal and free throw percentage. So you can tell that that transition to a new team, new system, new role definitely had an impact.
Move shot.
He's off on the first. Chandler Parsons coming over from Houston to Dallas, moving into a new scheme, a different scheme than he had with the Rockets. It was his first go-around with Coach Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, and it's not easy for a player to adjust to a coach, a new coach, or a new coach to adjust to a player. That takes some time. It's a two-way street. We know Parsons has the talent.
And he sinks the second.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
Now here's Jennings looking for his first basket still in this one. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
Mavericks leading by 4. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Porzingis. And it's Dang with the rebound. Dang's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Feeds it to Jennings. From 12 feet out. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Jennings kicks to Dang to the wing right side. It's Bosh with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Bosh has got 8 points.
If they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against him, they're mistaken.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
On defense, Miami. They trail by 3. Richardson kicks to Matthews. He dishes it to Parsons. Good on the baseline, Jay.
And guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosh back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drank. Those.
Mavericks leading by 3. Dishes it to Matthews. Knocks it loose. Jennings with the steal. And oh, here we go. Jennings with nobody back. That's good. Jennings has got his 2nd basket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's the magician. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Butler passes to the closer. The kick outside to Butler. Dang gets a wide open look. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Parsons kicks to Richardson. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Here's the closer. 7 points in the game. Fader on the way, and it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
The Magician passes to Porzingis. Again, the Mavericks score.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Jennings dishes to Dang. A fader. That doesn't go either for Bosch. Mavericks leading by 5. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
The Heat trail by 8. Jennings drives in, and it's good. Off through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
And talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks. Keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions from which they can't recover.
Count that one.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And he gets it to go. Porzingis has got 22.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
You know, Brandon Jennings is that rare type of difference maker, a guy who can jumpstart your offense without turning the ball over. That's a valuable asset when you're trying to line up the W's.
Bosch, that falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Parsons outside. He feeds it to Richardson. Back to Parsons. 6 to shoot. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Bosch. And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. That's a blocking foul, and he'll shoot free throws.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
For Miami, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And that one misses. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
And he sinks the second.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Now here's Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Nowitzki's shot is no good. The Heat trail by 5. Butler on the way. Uncovered. Good. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Here's the closer after Wesley Matthews' score. There's the dish to Tucker. He kicks to Jennings. Stoudemire, the screen. Williams against Jennings. Back to Butler from deep. Parsons with the rebound. Dallas leading by 5. Richardson with it. Butler covering, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Richardson. Averaging about 11 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, points, you got to have them. I mean, they do keep scoring. That's what makes him really valuable in that second unit, points.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside comes in for the closure, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Brandon Jennings. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway's checked in. Now here's Butler. He's got 7, and it's Lowry penetrating. No luck. Excellent D there from Williams. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Butler against Williams. Butler kicks to Lowry. Whiteside a screen on Parsons, and Tucker has it in the corner. Miami no good on that time either. Mavericks leading by 5. Outside Hardaway. And he makes good on the layup. Hardaway has got 8.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
And Lowry gets it to go.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Now Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Picked by Williams. And Parsons kicks to Richardson. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. Tucker with the ball. 9 points last game out. Outside Lowry. Outside Butler. 3-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Dallas calls timeout. Getting back to Kyle Lowry, the reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard.
Good
That's
point,
why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Redick is checked in. Now here's Williams. And here's Redick. Here's Nowitzki. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And Tucker kicks to Stoudemire. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Now here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
That's good.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. kicks it to Parsons. Nowitzki a screen. Parsons passes to Reddick. Connects from three-point range. Reddick's got it all tied up now for the Mavs. Outside Butler. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 5th assist in this one. Now here's Williams. Got it off in time. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Heat out front, leading by just 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what do you think the team needs to do differently on the defensive end in the second half?
Well, a little bit more activity, and we just have to be committed to what we do. Our identity to be aggressive, but more consistent with it.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
The big positive, I think, their points in the paint. They were determined to work the ball inside of Ernie. It worked. It's always worked. I got 4 rings. I know it works for a fact. That's why they call me Dr. O'Neal, because I'm a master at being dominant on the inside. Anyway, you got to keep that going because that will continue to open things up for them on the perimeter.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast.